ChatGerry Dementia and its relationship with blood vessel damage, a quantitative perspective. Number 1369, VMT Sharp 710, September 27, 2025. Gerald C. EclaireMD Foundation. Category: Neuroscience and Brain. Mission statement: I do not write for fame or recognition. At 78 years old, I have already lived a long and successful life, though not always a healthy one. My purpose now is to share what I have learned about health, disease, and medicine, so that others can better understand their own conditions, prevent illness, and live longer, healthier lives. Preface: For many years, my understanding of dementia was shallow. I knew the medical terms and symptoms, but I did not see how they connected to my own health history. That changed after my stroke in June 2025, which forced me to re-examine 16 years of my health data with urgency. Between 1977 and 2010, I lived through obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol problems, 5 heart episodes, kidney disease, nerve problems, and eye complications. By 2010, I finally woke up. I abandoned medications, adopted strict lifestyle control, and placed all my medical care under Stanford's healthcare system. Since then, I have collected over 4 million data points, which became the backbone of my medical research work. Looking at both Alzheimer's and Parkinson's through this lens, one truth became clear: dementia is not only a brain disease, it is driven by long-term damage to blood vessels. Understanding dementia, Alzheimer's disease, AD, is the most common form. It begins with memory loss and confusion, and ends with the loss of independence. The cause is two proteins, amyloid, which clumps outside brain cells, and tau, which tangles inside them. Together, they choke off communication and shrink the brain. Parkinson's disease, PD, the second most common, looks very different at first. Instead of memory problems, it starts with tremors, stiffness, and slower movement. The cause is the loss of dopamine-producing brain cells in the substantia nigra, plus protein clumps called Lewy bodies that pile up like trash inside cells. Different symptoms, but the same hidden driver: damaged blood vessels. When vessels fail, brain cells lose oxygen, nutrients, and their ability to clear out toxic proteins. Dementia is not just a brain disorder, it is a vascular disorder. 5 key risk factors. For Alzheimer's, AD, fasting glucose in early morning 30%. High glucose damages vessels and doubles dementia risk. Pulse pressure, 25%. Wide gaps signal stiff arteries and poor circulation. Sleep score, 15%. Deep sleep clears. Amyloid, poor sleep accelerates buildup. Cardiovascular risk, 15%, a combined measure of BP, cholesterol, and calcification. Visceral fat percent, 15%. Belly fat fuels inflammation and insulin resistance. For Parkinson's, PD, health age, 30%. Biological age matters more than calendar age. Pulse pressure, 20%. Vessel stiffness. Starves movement centers of blood flow. Fasting glucose in early morning, 15%. High glucose worsens protein clumping. Sleep score, 20%. Deep sleep washes away toxins like Lewy bodies. Walking steps, 15%. Daily steps preserve vessel health. Step decline is an early marker. 3 inputs overlap: glucose, pulse pressure, sleep. 2 are disease specific: CVD, risk and fat for AD, health age and steps for PD. That means the two models are about 60% alike and 40% different. My VMT energy results, from 2010 to 2025. AD index dropped from 155.9 to 90.7, a 42% reduction. Glucose, 220,87, CVD risk, sleep, and visceral fat all improved. Pulse pressure rose with age but did not outweigh other gains. PD index started dangerously high, 165 plus. By 2016, it fell to approximately 95 and has stayed stable. Improvements came from glucose control, more daily steps, lower health age, and better sleep. Both results show the same pattern. My first 20 years of neglect built up irreversible risk, but the following 16 years of strict lifestyle management slowed the progression dramatically. Conclusion: dementia is not just bad luck or old age. It is the long-term result of vascular and metabolic damage. My data prove it can be measured, tracked, and slowed. The path forward is clear. Protect your vessels, control glucose, maintain healthy weight, get good sleep, reduce emotional stress, keep walking. Dementia is not inevitable. It is preventable and manageable through daily discipline. Disclaimer: this content is provided for educational reference only, and does not constitute medical advice. No doctor-patient relationship is created. You may share this summary freely, but it must not be altered, edited, or republished as your own. All intellectual property rights and copyrights for this article, and its related materials belong to the author, Gerald C.